Here we have 2019 Porsche GT2 RS Clubsport in street legal mode. In the front we have a license plate that's magnetically mounted, can be quickly removed for a track day event. Around to the side we have DOT tires all the way around. On the inside we have 2 passenger seats with full harness. Passenger seat was an optional add. On the steering wheel there's 2 programmable buttons. One's marked 1, one marks 2. The first one was programmed for the horn. There were some floor mats that are added inside the car to protect the inside of the car during street legal mode or in transportation, not to be used during track events. Then inside the screen on the Cosworth system that comes with the car, you can see the different screens. It tells you all the oil temperature, oil pressure, water temp. Press the button again, you get fuel level, battery voltage, gearbox temperature, clutch temperature. You can also look at your different track times and your tire pressures. Also on the car, it's added a Motec system. This system allows for displaying and getting information from the different laps that you're taking. It also takes some information from the Cosworth system and gives you oil temperature and battery and fuel, and most important thing is you can look at your lap times, your fastest time. So you get this screen, you hit the optional 2 button again, and you can toggle and go to other screens, and then eventually back to the rear view camera. You also have a couple different buttons. You have the radio button here up on the left. You have an acknowledge button, so when you get a warning such as oil level or tire pressures, you can acknowledge that warning and then to turn it off on the display. You have a mark button. You can hold this button down, that can reset your information on your display. You have a drink button, and then you have a pit speed button. On the right side of the steering wheel we have the brake bias, so you can bias the brakes towards the front or towards the rear, and whatever position you put this in or the amount of bias is displayed on the screen, so you know where you are with the brake bias. And this is your master power switch that kills everything from the battery. This is your hazard lights. This is your fire extinguisher. Here you have ABS mode, and it's anywhere from 0, which is usually like in the dry pavement, all the way to 11. So you have variable positions on the ABS. You have different modes that you can also select for wet tire or wet or dry tires that you're using. This is an optional programmable button. This is for traction control, turning that off, or electronic stability control, turning that off. There's a chart here that you can use to help set some of the different modes. The car is equipped with a full air conditioner. You can adjust all of that here with the temperature, the fan. The air conditioner goes off when the car is under power, so the air conditioner does not pull away from the power of the car. The car is also equipped with radio system, the fire extinguisher, and the V-Box camera system. There's 2 video cameras, one on the far right, one in the middle, and in the back behind the passenger seat is the box that contains the SD card that records all of the video. And that V-Box also records all of the track information that can be used for improving your performance around the track with speed, RPM, steering position, braking, and all the information you need to improve your track times. Around to the back, we have another license plate with a light pipe that directs the rain light around to the front of the license plate to meet the requirements for a license plate light. This license plate is also magnetically mounted so that you can remove quickly for a track day event. And in the back of the bumper, you can see the rear view camera was discreetly mounted into the back bumper to get a full wide angle view behind the car. So in the 2019 Porsche GT2 RS Clubsport, there are many features, and the car is completely in its original configuration that it came from Porsche Motorsport. None of the suspension was changed. Very little changes were actually made to the dampening or to the shock. You can see all the full adjustment you have. You have 3-way adjustable shocks. Transponder was added. Brake fluids were changed engine oil's all been changed, the car's been completely serviced. As we work our way around the car, you'll see there's a position here where you can, depending on how the pits are set up at a track, if you want to move over the air lift system, you can move it over to the left side of the car. Also, you'll see there's an infrared sensor for triggering your lap times if a track is set up with an infrared camera or spot, so that this can pick that up. The oil and coolant is in the back. And then over on the right-hand side of the car, we have another position here. So if you want to move the IR sensor from the left-hand side, you can move it over to the right-hand side. Here we have the port to empty the distilled water tank, which holds about 5 gallons of water. So if you need to empty that for weighing the car to get a proper weight of the car empty without any fluids, you can push a button that's inside the passenger side. Press this button here, and that will empty the tank. The top button, when there's water in the tank, you can hit that, and you can spray water on both the intercoolers and see if they're working properly. Here, the PWIS system is real easy to attach to. ICD is for the Cosworth system, to be able to connect to that and do programming or collect data. The top port here is for the Motec system, to connect to that for data. You can see way back behind this passenger seat is the V-box. Then back to the side panel, next to the port where you can empty the water tank, you can fill the distilled water tank. Just remove this and you can put about 5 gallons of water into the tank. And that distilled water is sprayed onto the turbocharged intercoolers to keep them cool for additional horsepower. Next to that is the air lift system, nitrogen gas only, to keep from any moisture getting into the struts, to prevent any corrosion. It takes about 550, 575 PSI to lift the car. You attach the quick disconnect that's provided with the car. That will raise the car up with 3 different lift posts to lower the car. You pull the blue coupling and then the whole car lowers. This 2019 Porsche GT2 RS Clubsport has an add-on kit. It's called the SRO kit, and what that provides is additional downforce in the front of the car. There's 2 pieces here that can be added to the front. Already added on the car are the 2 fender extenders in the front that adds additional downforce. There's also some equipment that's added to the car that enables a computer to hook up to the car to see if any modifications have been made to the engine or the exhaust.